All right. Welcome back to our continuing coverage from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 with the legendary Marshall Newhouse, who's Super Bowl champion, long NFL career,
yes, sir.
Media, one-team collective, NBA. You're a busy man.
I try to. You know, I think while you're playing, you know, you have some guys who tell you about having a way to build after football, knowing that it's going to end, and I'm just lucky that I opened enough doors so I can go try stuff and do more things and be active, and so it's been a lot of fun, kind of trying new things and building a different career.
Yeah. Tell me about your career a little bit first. You won a championship with Green Bay, bounced around a lot. What was your experience like for you?
Listen, I started off with one of the historic franchises, and even as a fan growing up, I didn't realize how historic it was, but to win the Super Bowl my rookie year was amazing. But then I ended up playing 11 years in 8 different teams, so there's a lot of, you know, stress that comes with, you know, moving around and taking these opportunities. And I'm grateful that I got to do that. I got to live here in San Francisco. I lived in New York. I lived all over the country and experienced a lot of the different cultures and team organizations. And so my journey is very specific to me, and I appreciate it. It made me more of who I am. And, you know, for someone who loves football, it was just a lot of fun. I wouldn't recommend it. That 18 to 11 years is not the best way to go, but I played a lot of significant football, and I was on a lot of winning teams, and so I have a lot of respect and appreciation for that journey.
But it's a long career, no matter what, which is a blessing in itself.
Yes, it
to
is.
do it for that
Yes,
long.
it is.
So you won with the Packers. You were a rookie.
Yes.
And you believe Aaron Rodgers is still playing football right now.
I thought at some point he'd kind of ride off into the sunset, and obviously I think you'd rather do that in a winning fashion than not, so maybe that's part of why he's still around. But again, you know, people continue to recognize that he can still do it from a physical standpoint. He's not as nimble as he used to be, but he can still play, and so I'm not surprised that his ability has led him to that. I thought there'd be a place where he would emotionally kind of be ready to move on, and maybe that's soon, I don't know, but I still enjoy watching him play, and I root for him definitely when he's on the field.
Who do you got in the Super Bowl this weekend? Who do you like?
I like Seattle. I don't think it'll be as big of a gap as most people are saying. I don't see a 2-score blowout or anything like that. I think ultimately what kind of pressure New England puts on Sam Darnold. Do we get the Sam Darnold from the NFC Championship game, or do we get a Sam Darnold from earlier in the season when he was blitzed? He turned the ball over like 7 or 8 times. So what Sam Darnold do we get, and how much can New England establish a run game with Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson? I think will be the telltale of the game. I think it'll be a close game. I still think Seattle wins, though.
All right, let me ask about some of the stuff you're doing, especially with the one-team collective. Where, for people who don't know, people come in, pitch products. You guys invest in these products and all these different things. So how did you get into that, and what's the experience been like being in it?
Well, yeah, when I actually signed with the Raiders in 2017, I chose to live in San Francisco. So I lived over here and really wanted to kind of inure myself into the business ecosystem that's here over mostly venture capital. So I wanted to learn the business side of it. So through technology. And so through that, I became an angel investor, became a limited partner in some funds, and started learning the business. And I was reached out to by another alumni who has helped establish that athlete advisory board, and they were looking at a way to both invest using the players' name, image, and likeness that's owned by the Players Association. I think the first investment was Root, which is a pretty good one, and then once a company like that comes to fruition, how do they distribute those funds? So I was just part of an athletic advisory board that helped talk about and make those decisions, and it was a really fun experience. I've moved on to more things, but I think that was a really fun thing because I started that while I was still playing. So it was a way to kind of really start my transition before I was even ready.
And what are you doing now?
I'm actually in the broadcasting, so been calling games. I went to TCU. I called all of the TCU games this season on radio, and I'm working my way up to TV and doing more college games, the Big 12, hopefully NFL games as well. I've been doing an NFL podcast called Just Win, covering the Raiders, and so it's been a lot of fun being close to football again, getting to lend some of my expertise and just really have a good time. I thought this was an option as a career. I didn't think it was something that I would actually jump into and enjoy as much as I have, but I want to keep going. I want to do it to the highest level, and obviously as a lineman and not necessarily a quarterback, there's a different route that you can take, but I'm enjoying the journey so far.
It's too fun. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, you can't.
Marshall Newhouse, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure
Thank you.
meeting you.
Thank you. Absolutely.